And go.
Okay. Hi world, it's Melik, and the story that I think would be next is explain the job situation. Let's just for sake of discussion call it Acme Insurance Company. So the owners of Acme Insurance Company I had met through a couple of networking things, a friend of a friend, and over the years kind of would see this person at different networking events, and on a semi-regular basis interacted with this person. Social media is an interesting beast where people can have a perception of learning a lot about an entity or a person. So this person spent a couple of years learning more about me through social media, these networking interactions, and through my relationship or our mutual relationships with mutual friends. So Acme Insurance Company approached me and said that they thought that I would be a good fit for their company. And after a few discussions and my leeriness about being in a sales position in a world that I had no knowledge of whatsoever. Only thing I know about insurance is that they take money out of my account once a month. That's it. Just like most people, I don't read the fine print. I'm like, am I covered? Can I drive my car without getting a ticket? So that's what I knew about insurance. They offered to pay for my class and for me to take the class, and then they were going to give me a salary while taking the class. So I took a week course. It was a fantastic course taught by a fantastic individual that I don't believe I would have passed the course if it wasn't for this individual. So that was very beneficial. After the course, I went and studied for a few days, and then on a Thursday afternoon went and took the test. Somehow, miraculously, was able to pass the test, and I was very thankful because it was let's just say, not exaggerate, it's a 50% fail rate. Most people, when the first time they take the test, 50% of the people fail, and I passed it on the first time, and I was doing jig in that office when I found out I had passed that test. So at that point in time, that's when I began to learn about insurance. And that was January, end of January, I think January 24th. If that was a Thursday of 2014, and that was the day I passed that test, and life would be different. Butterfly moment. Okay, so I went to learn about insurance, and like I said, we thought this would be a good fit, but somehow there was a big miscommunication on how the process would be. And I thought the process would be one way, and it didn't really turn out to be that way. So very politely speaking, I knew that there was discord. So I tried to, in my way, figure out how to make adjustments. And I even put myself out there, we're like, hey, I need to have a meeting with you. You own this company, this is costing you a lot of money, you're paying my salary, you're paying my health benefits. Let's figure out to make sure that we can get this to work, because I know this has taken me a while, maybe a little bit more than what you think or that person thought that it would take. So as I was learning the process, I was trying to figure out, make sure that this person knew that I was working hard and trying to figure this out. So just as I was beginning to make things happen, insurance is especially when you're dealing with commercial and business insurance, it's just not cut and dry. Like, people change car insurances all the time. It's simple, it's easier. But when you're talking about businesses, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars worth of coverage, and that's not a simple thing to change. And as I was learning the complications of that, and then you're dealing with underwriters that say they don't want to cover something because they're not sure about the risk of this company. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're messing with my livelihood, sitting in some office somewhere across the country, and I don't know who you are, and you're just making a decision not to insure a company because you're not sure about something. I'm like, this is taking me weeks or even months to try to get this gig or get this client, and you're just in a whim saying no, we're not going to cover that. So that's just a window into, it's not just going out talking to somebody and having them decide to work with you. You have to deal with a lot of different variables, and that was another crutch where I had somebody insured, and a month and a half later they dropped them, and I'm like, this is not building my sales funnel. This is frustrating. So that was one of the major disconnects, is that I didn't feel I had the tools to succeed. And when I was asking for help, I was told that I could go do it on my own. And when I was asking for assistance, they were telling me that basically just go figure it out. And I'm like, that's not putting money on the table. and I recognized that. So I came in on a Monday. There was a traffic jam on 127, and I was late for work, and I let them know that. And then I went out to a couple of appointments. I felt good. I came back because I knew I was going to pick up a check and get 3 policies written. And that's when I was pulled into the office, and I was told that on a business decision, I no longer had a job. 2 o'clock, Monday, May 5th. My life changed. And that's when the tailspin happened. MelikBrown.com